Ba-da ba-da ba ba-da ba-da da 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 da. I was gonna do something there. I distinctly remember thinking, oh, I should do that, and I've got no idea what it was I was gonna do. It's not usually a good sign, is it? No, I don't think that is a good sign. I think that's a very, very bad sign. I'm sure I'm fine. I was gonna do something. There is a word, or there is a thing that I was planning on doing, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. It was literally just in my head like 5 seconds ago. Oh, turn up the microphone. Good job, me. Boom. Still got it. Alright, someone's here. Who is it? Hello, zombie. You're just the person I need. I'm doing great today. I need advice from an adult. From someone who is an adult. Someone who is, mature. I need mature advice. This is rare. I know. I have to do adult things today, so I need adult advice. Zombie, are you you're able to do that for me, right? Right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure you're my only hope. So, what's on the butts every time? Just switch that to War Thunder. Boom, boom, done. Excellent. Okay, we can start streaming to Twitch now. Right, so my mother and my father, you may know them. They have been on this channel a couple times. They're supposed to be going to a concert today for a band which, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, I don't like and I've never heard of. But my mother has a migraine and she wants me to go with Dad instead. And I really do not wish to go to this concert. My tism and concerts do not really mix very well. I hate loud noises and I hate people. And concerts tend to be a mix of both of them in vast things. So I really don't want her to go, but Mum doesn't really want Dad to go on his own, and if I don't go, Dad's not going to go. So is it my responsibility to go? That is the question that I find myself asking today. And unfortunately, I don't have a good answer. And my girlfriend is working because she was my first right. Okay, I've got a call, got to figure it out. But she's currently doing pharmacist things, so I can't call her. So we're kind of at a standstill. I would ask David, but he's an idiot. So, zombie, it comes down to you. What do I do? Just like earplugs and like sit miserably in the back, maybe is the solution. But it's like a 3-hour drive, and I've just done that. I really don't want to do it again. Anyway, for now I just get to play some War Thunder. Rotate. Gears up. Okay, alright. Thanks, zombie. Just checking. Just checking I'm not being a terrible person or a bad son, Sometimes I do have to double check these things, Wow, Kerbal Space Program went very well last night. I'm a little bit confused as that game is really old, like really old. But we gained 5 subscribers from Kerbal Space Program, watching me do miserable stuff. Thanks, Ryan. Fortunately, you're not an adult, and even if you were, I would classify you in the same like ballpark as David of useless. Remember, boys, it's not the plane, it's the pilot. We're not gonna do double push-ups, just for the record. We're just gonna add 1 on every time we die. So like we'll start with 1, and then we'll do 2, and then we'll do 3, and so on and so forth. And you know I'm feeling confident because I'm not wearing my gym strip. Because I ain't gonna be doing any push-ups. I need to find a different... What other song is there? Ba da 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 633 Squadron. Ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da 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 da. Okay, let's see if we can get tone on this F-100. That's on the missile. That's on the F-100. Box 1. How's my missile doing? Oof. Not very good. Stay on target. Stay on target. I'm dead, probably. But we're gonna make this as expensive as bloody possible for them. I will not go quietly into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Okay, let's go, boys. Well, we're in trouble. We are officially in trouble. I would say we are pretty much dead. Flee! Oh, I'm out of flares. Oh! Oh no, we're out of flares. That's not good. That is not good. Help me! Help me! Save me! Yes! Go, my team, go! Do your duty. Why are you still following me? Do you have anything else you could do with your life? Come on, T2. Come on, T2. Yeet a missile at him. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Get him. Get him. This man is just determined that I am going to be dead. He's determined to do this even at the cost of his own life, which makes very little sense to me. I can bring the gun around. Oh my god, I don't remember what it is to adjust the thing. This doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever. In fact, it seems to make it worse. Okay, this Super Saber is going to be way more maneuverable than my fat little Harrier is, but maybe. There you go. Whew. I have two options: go and be miserable, or tell your mum you wouldn't. I kind of already told my mum that I wouldn't go, and then she was not very pleased with me. So, you know, we're kind of in trouble already. I'm not gonna lie. Death is probably inevitable. But you know, in my household, death is usually inevitable. Yes, I am currently doing literally anything I can to get any amount of points possible so that we don't have to be in this jet forever. I hate jets. I don't know why I play jets. Jets suck balls, honestly. Sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation. Well, that'll be a little bit of dosh, I would say. GG's. No push-ups for me. Good start, good start. That's what we like to see, baby. Bum bum ba-dum. Did we make any? Okay. So if we get 4,000 RP per match, it's going to take us quite a few matches. Hey! I got it! I got it! Look, Ma! I got it! What? Okay, where is it? What if I just do CAD? There it is. Wow. Wow. It looks terrible if I'm honest with you, but I'm going to leave it on my plane for now. Wow. I did it. I did it, Ma. I've got the Canadian Armed Forces emblem. I've always wanted it. The wise and ancient zombie that spoke in concerts are loud and uncomfortable. Avoid when possible. Yes, that is also my opinion on concerts. To be honest, my specific brand of the tism does not allow me to enjoy them. I took my girlfriend to the Dominican Republic last year, which is, for those of you who live under a rock, in the Caribbean. And we went on this. It was this cruise, right? This little cruise around the islands. And here's how they sold it to me, right? They were like, oh, go to the beautiful sand reefs of whatever it was, this stupid island. I don't remember what it was called. It was like Catamaran Island or something. And see the fish and all that sort of jazz. And listen to authentic Caribbean music. And I was like, wow, authentic Caribbean music, okay. I'm seeing like Spanish guitars, like, I don't know, bongo drums or something. You know? Like nice, relaxing, maybe some wine. I don't know. You know, something like posh and fancy. That's how they like described it. We got on this bus with a bunch of old and young people, but mostly old people, and that was a good sign. That was a good sign. I thought old people don't like, you know, loud music. So it'll be like a little guitar, we'll have a little wine, we'll be on a catamaran, it'll be lovely. We get there, we get on this little like put boat to take us to the big boat, to actually take us on the excursion. And there's this one boat with flashing green and red lights or whatever, you know, like spotlights going off, huge music, you know, it's like you can hear it from the other side of the harbor. And I turn to Kayla and I go, that's not our boat, is it? And she goes, no, it's not. I'm sure it's not. And like 5 minutes later, this little put boat is still slowly drawing towards it, and I was like, oh my god. 8 hours on a party boat where all they were serving was rum and coke. And the music, Kayla's Apple Watch was like, the music is 120 decibels. Are you sure whatever you're doing is worth it? Oh, it was terrible. It was awful. And the most annoying thing is they didn't even give me my money back. Oh, I'd like to claim that the Baja Principe in Grand La Romana did not give me my money back for that little excursion. And it was miserable, I'm not gonna lie. But the beach they took us to was very nice. Once the ringing in my ears stopped. That lightning doesn't have bombs, does it? But I bet you that SU7B does. Don't do it. Holy Jesus. Why would you drop half a... Good job, guys. So what? I guess I just, you know, screw me? So I can't drop on any of these bases now, because they're all going to die from the stupid napalm is what they dropped on it. Like your enthusiasm, wrong target though. See, I might be able to get a cheeky shot at him. Bases will respawn, that's why I'm like clinging to my bombs like they're my children. I need to be careful that I don't block that SU7, although I would love to be fair. That should hit pretty easily. You steal my base, I steal your kill. Now we're even. I think the bases will respawn. You think York is far enough for me? I'm off to York. I'm off to York in August. I'm going for a wedding. Wow, you're such just a like typical northerner. Or it's not really northerner, but you know. I don't like York, I don't like Spain. Ryan's the kind of person of when he goes on holiday and he meets someone, or when he just meets someone in general who doesn't speak English, he just speaks English louder at them in their general direction. Like, listen up, sonny! That's my theory. Yeah, I'm gonna go drop my bombs on these vehicles, because quite frankly, I've got nothing else to do. Anyway, yeah, it was terrible. I think it cost us like $150 or something each for that little excursion. And it was probably the worst, like, thing I've ever done on a holiday. It was pretty sad, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty sad. But then we went diving the next day. And it was like $100 for the dive. Which, you know, is quite cheap for a dive. It wasn't didn't start great in the sense that they gave me this. So when you go diving, you have a regulator, right? You're supposed to have two. One of them's supposed to be yellow. That's your emergency regulator. You know, you put that. If you're using the emergency regulator, something has gone terribly wrong, right? Like either someone is in the process of drowning, or you're in the process of drowning, or, you know, all of the above are true. But the way it works is that you plug. There's like an octopus rig that you plug into the actual tank itself. And then you breathe, obviously, from the tank. But you can plug in whatever you like. Like, you can plug in whatever regulators you like. And they gave me 2 emergency regulators. So I had 2 yellow regulators, which is not... It's not, like, ideal. You know, I'm probably not going to die. But it's, like... It's not... You know... let me put it to you this way. When you go through like the training to actually dive, they teach you that, you know, if you're currently in the process of drowning, the first thing that you do is you run and you grab your buddy's yellow regulator. And if you've got 2 yellow regulators and one of them is the one that you're using, there's a non-zero chance that your buddy who is currently drowning is going to grab the regulator that you're currently using, and then you're going to be drowning, and then, you know, life's not going to be good. So that wasn't a great sign. And, yeah, it was $100. They took us out to this lovely beach, which was nicer than the beach that we paid to go on the booze cruise, which was, like, crazy. We had more time at the beach on the dive excursion, and we got to go diving. I was like, ugh, why didn't we just do 2 of those trips instead of 1? I just... You know, Ryan, I feel like you have to, like, build up some tolerance to food poisoning, you know? Like, I got food poisoning, I think, when I went to Vancouver, and I'm not crying, you know? I'm just, like, emptying my intestines every couple of seconds. It's fine. Fine. I probably won't die. Probably. Anyway, yeah, that was my diving excursion. It's great though, great fun. Would recommend. If you're on holiday, go diving. Well, if you're on holiday and you won't die from diving, then try diving. It was my girlfriend's first time ever diving, which was, you know, it was great. She was being escorted around by the dive instructor who was keeping an eye on her, right? And I have my diving license because I've been diving a couple times before. So I was with this old English man who smoked probably like 20 packs a day, but he was, honestly, it was my first dive without my dad, and he was the guy that I needed, you know? This old, like, grizzled English man who was like, yeah, son, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. He was like, oh, don't worry about your regulator, you just drink from mine if you need it, you'll be okay. He was great. But I'm trying to stay with my buddy, and I'm trying to keep an eye on, you know, Kayla, because I don't want her to drown, because I was thinking that's going to be a difficult conversation to explain to her father. And I look up, and I just see my girlfriend just, like, floating away, just, like, all the way up to the surface, trying to swim back down, and I'm like, oh my god. And the instructor's, like, swimming up to her to drag her down. Because if you ascend too quickly when you're diving, you get the bends, which is nitrogen in your blood, which like bubbles up. And as you can probably guess, that's not good for your health. That's not good for your health. Honestly, the party boat was terrible though, Ryan. Like my particular brand of the Tism, like it was bad. It was really bad. I did not enjoy that at all. Okay, there must be an enemy aircraft approaching. There is indeed an enemy aircraft approaching. Well, I've got good news. I can repair. I don't think he can. You're not really selling me. Okay, like the Dominican holiday was like one of my personal favorites that I've been on, but it wasn't ideal. I will admit that. So Kayla's never been like anywhere super foreign before. She's been to Mexico, but nowhere else. So, you know, the entire ride there, for like the 12 hours on a plane, because we went... I won't tell you where we started from, but we went from where we are to Vancouver, and then we went from Vancouver to Calgary, we went from Calgary to Toronto, and then we went from Toronto to Punta Cana, the Dominican. So all in all, it was like 4 flights. And some of them like crisscrossed, so like we went back one way to get to Vancouver, and then we flew the other way to get to Calgary. It was terrible. It was terrible, but it was like assigned to us via the travel agency. So that was it. That was the flights we got. So you got to imagine me stepping off a flight after 18 hours, absolutely destroyed, like barely conscious. And my girlfriend is, you know, the same way. And the very first thing that happens is someone walks up to us with a name badge, and he's like, WestJet, WestJet. And Kayla's like, yeah, WestJet. And if you've never been on holiday before, if someone walks up to you with a name badge and they are calling out airline like things, and they don't actually have an airline name badge, they just have a name badge, 9 times out of 10, it's a scam. And guess what it was this time? That's right, it was a scam. You know, that was an expensive $50 to spend to have someone take our cases to our, you know, bus. So not a great start. Not a great start. But it is what it is. We were leaving Punta Cana Airport with this man who may or may not be our bus driver, because neither of us speak Spanish. And instead of like paying to open the gate, you know how there's like the barrier gates at airports where you have to pay to enter and exit the car parking lot? He literally just rams it. Like he just full speed into the gate, snaps it off he goes. And we're like, oh my god, we're about to be trafficked. Yeah, Mexico isn't... What do you mean my thick southern accent? I don't have a thick southern accent. My accent is very, very normal, I would say. Might as well get another point or two. But yeah, so we immediately got scammed, and that was how we started the holiday. Not great. Then we arrived at our hotel and found that it was next to the main river in the Dominican Republic, which would be great if it wasn't filled with literal human feces. So much of it that it was making the entire ocean brown, which is why we ended up booking the booze cruise in the first place, because we literally could not swim in the ocean because it smelled of poo. Not great, not great, not great. Hotel was nice though. Hotel was nice though. Diving was lovely, of course, of course. It was just really the poo river that that kind of let it down a little bit, you know? If I was on a human auction, you'd buy me. I don't know if that is a great compliment. I mean, we were on the highway, like past our hotel. I saw our hotel on the left, right? I saw our hotel on the left. I saw a turn lane and our hotel on the left, and our driver just goes straight by it, smoking his cigarette, and I'm like, oh my god. And Kayla's just, she's out, she's asleep, right? As soon as we get in this bus, I don't know what happened, but she just like turned off, and she's just dead. And I'm sitting there trying to keep myself awake, because I've been awake for like, you know, more than 32 hours at this point. Wondering if we're about to be trafficked and if I should like make a dive for the door or the next red light. Or what. And then he swears, turns around, like illegally, zips back at about 200 miles an hour in an old rickety bus to our resort, dumps us at the gates, and then just drives off at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I'm like, oh my god. was that supposed to happen? Yeah. It was an interesting holiday. But like, if you go to the Caribbean, you have to expect these things. They're very, very, very poor in the Caribbean, so you know, it's kind of sad, I guess, but at least you didn't see a floating corpse, Max. Is David? David is not here. David will be here at about 4 o'clock. When you say at least I didn't see a floating corpse, I did see like a floating turd berg. Gears. Flaps. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Coming in. We're coming in hot. Tragic. Oop. I didn't need that. That was an optional extra. They watch me whip, they watch me nay-nay, they watch me whip, whip, they watch me nay-nay. When is 4 o'clock, Max? I don't speak British. 4 o'clock is in 47 minutes, Jamin. It will be 4 o'clock in 47 minutes. It is currently 3:30 in beautiful British Columbia. I feel like if you have to say beautiful British Columbia, it kind of, you know, doesn't fill me full of confidence that it is actually beautiful. A full leg of land for £10 from a woman in a wheelchair while out with my family in Blackpool. I feel like, Ryan, you might have to, like, expand your horizons a bit, you know? Like, right now, you're too typical Englishmen and not enough, like, you know, posh Englishmen. I love how Jamin's just here for David. I bet you any money he's left. And we'll return at 4 o'clock precisely. Traveling life, the traveling life for me. First cabin, captain's table, regal company. Wherever abroad you travel abroad is ever so properly. Oh. So there is a MiG between me and my destination. I would assume. Yep. Always give their all for me, they'll never let me down. I'm on my way to far away, to Tar and Toodaloo. And bon voyage, and fairly well, arrivederci too. If I can get a lock. Launch. Wow. It's a good thing my missiles are so easily defeated by his flares. Have another one. How much money? What do you mean, how much money? Bet you any money his flares are not... his missile's not defeated by my flares. Because that would be too easy. You know, it almost wasn't. Honestly, I don't know why Gaijin hates the British so much at this BR, but... like, they do, clearly. Okay. We're coming in for another landing. This is textbook right here. This is how they train Harrier pilots to land. You come in at like 90 degrees to the runway, and then you just like slam her in, just like that. Bippity boppity boo. Make a groaning noise. That's very important, and then just touchdown. See? See? Perfect. Said you bet any money that I already left. Oh, well. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any money, German. Can I, like, print an IOU, perhaps? Actually, that's a lie. I made $2 yesterday from Kerbal Space Program streaming. So, my channel is no longer entirely funded by Jaw. Don't swim in the river because it's full of mercury. Mmm. Delicious. I mean, like, as long as you don't drink it, you'll probably be okay. I'll take the $2 now. I already spent it on OnlyFans subscription, sorry. I mean, I hope that Yak28 is planning on doing something, because, like, even if I wanted to help him, which, let's be 100% clear, I don't, but let's just pretend for a moment that I did want to help him. I can't. Are you really gonna make me drop my bombs to... Fine. Come on, Harrier. I'm looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. I need some hot stuff, baby, tonight. I need some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Gotta have your lovin', gotta have your love tonight. Bam, bam. I need some hot stuff. Bam, bam. Been to Scotland. I went to Scotland with my grandparents and my mother. We got about 3 days into the trip before my mother had a falling out with her mum and dad, and then we were driving all the way back from Scotland. No, Scotland is not abroad, Ryan. Spain is abroad. Spain. You literally live in Europe. It's like the cheapest place to go abroad. I know that because we took like a night bus to Paris or whatever. It was miserable. But it did technically get us where we were going, so, you know. Nice, mercury can be absorbed through your skin. I thought, didn't that... I'm sure there's a video of the guy sticking his fingers in mercury. Scotland is not a 2-hour drive. How small do you think England is for Scotland to be a 2-hour drive? Hey, okay, we actually made some dosh this time. Like, look at that. 13,346. I really do need premium, don't I? I'm not gonna get it, but like, I do need it. What other holiday stories do I have to tell? I don't really have any huge holiday stories. Went to Granville Island with my girlfriend this weekend. Perhaps get better infrastructure. Wow. Wow, the American is talking about infrastructure. You know, I'm gonna say nothing. I am gonna say nothing. I'm just saying, I was driving through Vancouver, obviously, and the infrastructure, top notch. No potholes the entire drive. I was very impressed. I was very impressed. Right up to the point where I returned to my hometown. And the potholes began. Ugh, pardon me. Rotate, gears up. I have never lived in London, thank you. You know where I lived in England, Ryan. And I moved out when I was, what, 4? Four or 5 is when we came to Canada. My dearest mother, is from London. You can drive 5 hours in Texas and not make it halfway across. Yeah. Whatever. America's big. We get it, okay? We get it. England is a small nation, but one that conquered the world. Not by being big, but by being simply better than everybody else. Don't quote me on that. I didn't say travelling to Scotland was abroad. Ryan said that. Don't lump me in with him. I don't think... I mean, it would be like saying that travelling to Wales is abroad. That's not abroad. You're a Tory. Actually... Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah. I'm gonna plead the 5th, I think. Makes your #1 X-Boys Independence Day. Okay, that was pretty good, Chairman. To be fair, that was pretty good. I mean, like, I kind of hate you for it, but it was pretty funny. I'm not okay. No, I can't. No, I can't say anything. I'm not saying anything. I choose life. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da. I will be returning to my hometown this August. I'm very excited to see everybody. Looking forward to making fun of my cousins who can't pronounce button. They pronounce it bootin'. Bootin'! Bootin'! I don't know what a bootin' is. I know what a button is. Jesus. What else? Tractor. They're not a huge fan of tractors. What is it? Tractor. I'm noticing a lack of T's, perhaps, in their vocabulary. Vocabulary. I say, dear sir, there is a distinct lack of T's in your vocabulary. Please improve this. It's okay, I think I'm sitting on a table at my own at a wedding. They're just gonna have a little kids' table for me, with just my name on it, in the corner, with maybe a crayon colouring book to keep me entertained. Harbour Bridge, 23rd of August, 7 AM. You better be there. I will not be there. I will be... On the 23rd of August, I will be halfway back to Canada, probably crying into my seat. Sitting in the cesspool of vomit sloshing back and forth that is economy class on British Airways. My parents are flying business class, you know? Not once in all of the adventures that they took me on, not once did they ever let me fly business class. I was always economy. They would go off to their like fancy seats and I would sit there alone with the peasants. Maybe it was good for me. I mean, clearly I'm a down-to-earth kind of guy, so you know, maybe it was a good idea. Bombs away, by the way. Wow, that was actually a sprightly turn from the Harry. I was not expecting that. Okay, Good news, we got the bombs off. That's a good start. That's a good start to the match. You know, I haven't done any push-ups so far. However, judging by the distinct lack of friendly fighters in front of me, I do believe they will be coming. Imminently. Let's see if we can take one of them with us. Banzai! Alright, tally-ho, red section. Tally-ho, tally-ho. Give me tone, baby. Give me tone. Nope. Okay. You know what? Just keep flying. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Down. Now we're going to play a game called How Fast Can You Run? It's my favorite game. It involves running away from the entirety of the enemy team, hopefully before they find and murder you. How are we doing? Are we winning? Is this working? Okay, we gotta pop out here for a bit. This is the risk bit. Did I escape? Did that really work? Whoa! Did I pull that off? Hang on a second. My god, I'm good at this game. Remember, boys, it's not the plane, it's the pilot. And girls. Sorry, zombie. Hello, Donut. My brother is 6'6". I don't have to imagine what it looks like to be tall and sit in economy class. I've seen it. I've seen it. It's the one time I get to laugh at people who are taller than me. When... Oh god. What was the... I'm trying to remember what the last holiday we went on as a family was. I think it was... I'm pretty sure it was England. I think Ben was 18 at the time, and I would have been 12. You know, Mum and Dad disappeared off to, you know, first class with all the, you know, wine and whatever, and me and Ben were sitting in the back. I think at the time Ben was about 6'4", and he's like all legs, right? He's got like no chest, but all legs, if that makes sense. And I swear to you, like, not a word of a lie, on my life, his knees were in his face. Like, they were in his face. It was hilarious. It was absolutely the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But doing that for so long, I'm sure was not very comfortable. Oh, I think I see my parents are home, so I'm gonna go say hello, especially because I don't think Mother is feeling very well. Alright, I will be back. Hello, everybody. I see Jamin is bedooping me. Sorry, my parents just got in and they're off to a concert, and I am. Well, we've already had this conversation earlier, but my mother is preparing to go to a concert with a migraine now, and I'm thinking that I may have to intervene. If it was anything else but a concert, I wouldn't care. But I really don't like them. Unfortunately for me. So I just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, well, that was inevitable, wasn't it? I might have to call my girlfriend and see what she says. Hang on, let me give me a push-up first. I don't really want my mum to go with a migraine, but I guess so. Chapman, why do I have 21 messages from you? Okay. That's it. It's gonna be muted for 15 minutes, so I don't have to hear any more badoops. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to go, to be honest with you. Just don't know if I can send my mum, because she's gonna have a terrible time. And then Dad's gonna have a terrible time, and then they're gonna come home and they're gonna be angry. But, yeah, I really do not like concerts. I did not sign myself up for one. Intentionally. So my particular brand of the tism does not speak to concert going, usually. Doesn't seem that useful, to be honest with you. Like, this is the current jet that I'm grinding, and it just doesn't seem that much better than the Jaguar that's in the tech tree already. I mean, I think it can carry more ordnance because it's got the missiles on top, but... I don't know. I don't know the answer to this one. Perhaps I'm not a very good son. Or perhaps not. I don't really know. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. We'll go with it's probably fine. You know, it's not my, responsibility. So that's what we're going to go with. Yippee-ki-yay. What?
I'm not going. I'm not feeling good.
You're not going?
No.
Do you want me to go?
Well, you don't want to go. You made it clear.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go. Okay, well, I think I better go. So I'm gonna say bye-bye, guys.